Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast on this Sunday. Yesterday, we had highs in the upper 70s and low 80s. Wasn't bad with our winds, certainly a lot lighter than what the winds were on Thursday and Friday. Wind gusts near 25 miles per hour at times for some areas. I still expect it to be very similar, if not slightly less for today, but warmer, low to mid 80s for much of the area. And we'll have those south-southwesterly winds continuing. Again, maybe a few stronger wind gusts out in our western and southern communities, especially this morning, coming down a little bit for the early to mid-afternoon, and then may pick up just a little bit late in the afternoon. But again, certainly not terrible across the area for today, and it's going to be a warming wind. We'll continue with the warming wind tomorrow, wind gusts near 25 miles per hour everywhere. So I do expect it to be a little bit more widespread breezy tomorrow compared to today, and we'll have the opportunity for rain. Let's talk about that. We're dry today, it's sunny. I think we're dry tonight. I'll go mostly clear tonight, but it'll generally be clear for much of the area. And then once we get into tomorrow, rain has slowed down a little bit from what it was showing yesterday. So unlike yesterday, where this same computer model was indicating rain starting to move into Cloud County in the 10, 11 o'clock hour in the morning, now it's not even reaching Cloud County at 1 o'clock. But it will shortly after 1 o'clock. And it will continue to progress eastward for our western communities through the afternoon. So I think, especially if you're along an east of Highway 75, you don't get any rain during the daytime hours. And then that rain falls apart a little bit as we get into the overnight periods as the storm system pushes eastward across the area. And then that'll set us up with dry conditions and lots of sunshine on Tuesday. So taking a look at all of our computer models, and what I just showed you was the graph. So you can see those two heavier bands of rain that pushed through our western communities that really brought our totals up just a little bit. And between Concordia and Manhattan, I do expect it to be almost an inch in those areas indicated by the blue. But the European, the NAM, the GFS, all slightly different. If I was going to point to any one of them, I would point to the GFS being the general trend of what to expect. And with this being the only rain chance for the next 7 days, it's about what the weather prediction has. Yeah, some areas, especially east, may get a tenth of an inch to a quarter inch worth of rainfall, but there's going to be a lot of areas for the eastern portion of the Viewing area getting less than a tenth of an inch, or the very light green color. However, around the Concordia area in north central Kansas, that's where it could be a quarter inch or more, up to a half inch. So that's the general trend. Again, that's the only chance of rain that we have in this next 7 days. So I don't have to, I can choose Monday. There we go. I can choose Monday if you want. Again, generally speaking, that's about the only rain chance across the area. Some models are picking up on maybe the end of the week having some rain as well, but I don't see it. Otherwise, temperatures generally going to be in the 80s over these next 3 days. Maybe in the mid-70s if rain can move in a little bit quicker on Monday in north central Kansas. Otherwise, most spots back in the low 80s Tuesday, and then we get a midweek cold front coming through dry. Temperatures down in the low 70s, maybe upper 60s Wednesday and Thursday. We may have a few 30s Thursday morning. Other than that, we're warming right back up in the upper 70s and low 80s for Friday and Saturday before our next dry cold front pushes through. I wouldn't say necessarily dry. I do have it dry officially, but there is one model that does indicate we might get some rain with that weekend cold front that cools us down from 80 Saturday to 70 on Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on that. The 6 to 10 day outlook does indicate drier than normal conditions. However, the 8 to 14 day outlook does indicate above average precipitation. And I am going to be monitoring days right around the Halloween time period. It's very possible we might get rain late in the afternoon, evening on Halloween. It's the first time that's indicating that. So take that with a grain of salt. It's also indicating before the rain moves in late afternoon, we're in the low 80s for highs, which means for many spots by the evening for trick-or-treating, we're down in the 70s for most areas. However, once that rain moves in, temperatures do drop fairly quickly. Again, long ways out. That could certainly change again. But that's what the latest computer model is indicating, the only one that has Halloween in the extended outlook. So as we get into the next several days, we'll start to add some of our other long-range computer models in. And then, obviously, it'll eventually be in the 8-day forecast. But until then, that's what the latest model is indicating. but not a guarantee that that's how it's going to play out. So stay tuned. Have a great day. Enjoy the warm weather today. Get ready for the rain, especially late tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. But especially if you're along at east of Highway 75, do not expect a whole lot. Consider yourself lucky if you get more than 1/10 of an inch, especially if you're along and east of Highway 75. That's the way the trends are showing right now.